perfect coat, with ingredients all selected for their ability to improve skin and coat condition. Add Livermole Feed Optimizer pellets for horse health, growth and performance. And the Livermole Grooming range to stand out from the crowd. See your local feed stockist or our website for more information.
Boosted odds on your favourite sports? You betcha. We've got boosted odds on select EPL, Champions League, NFL, NRL, cricket, UFC and basketball games all season long. Boosted odds mean bigger payouts. R18, bet responsibly.
Almost 2 years ago to the day, we found our 14 slot holders in an auction in this very theatre. Tonight, those people and owners will be feeling a different kind of nerves as they wait to learn where their horse will jump from in the race for $4 million. In here, those horses were paraded as yearlings before finding their future home. Last year, we cracked eggs. Tonight, we're pulling banners. Welcome to the 2026 NZB Kiwi draw. Yes, all the work's been done, all the preparation across New Zealand and, of course, in Australia as well. And now it is time. A very good evening to you and welcome into the barrier draw for the NZB Kiwi, live here from the Karaka Sales Complex, of course, the home of New Zealand bloodstock. It is an enormous night, of course, as they chase the riches on Saturday, and we have a big team throughout the evening. Bruce Sherwin alongside me throughout the night, providing expert comments. Bruce, countdown's on.
Yeah, Champions Race Day Saturday, Guy. 3 Group 1s and the biggest of them all, the NZB Kiwi, the richest 3-year-old race in Australasia, $4 million. We take another step forward in the preparations for Saturday.
Every time this race has been talked about in the last few months, there's been one filly that everyone has mentioned. She's the glamour filly of the country. She's unbeaten. She's trained by Stephen Marsh. Her name, of course, is well written, the $1.20 favourite in the race. Is there any barrier that Connections may be a little bit worried about getting?
Well, that's the interesting question, isn't it? How do they see it? Is barrier 1 a major negative, a chance of getting blocked in? She'll have to do work if she draws wide, but I think the narrative tonight is more about the opposition. There's a lot of prize money up for grab for the place getters. We want to know the setup of the race. There's 3 or 4 on-speed horses. Where they draw will dictate the speed of the race and ultimately how it maps out.
All right, well, let's get you inside the auditorium and join Aidan Rodley, who will be catching up with key people throughout the evening. Aidan, evening to you. What's the mood like in there?
The mood's actually really great. Actually, there's a bit of a buzz around. Obviously, we're just getting a little bit of a warm-up at the moment with Emily Murphy and, of course, Andrew Gourdie, who will MC tonight's evening. Just speaking right now with NZTR Chairman and Russell Warwick. You can see people all around the room, and yes, we're going to talk over it, so there's a few people looking at us, but obviously these are the guys who have got to have all the nerves and the excitement of the draws tonight coming out with the 14 horses and just explaining the draw protocols as well. Stephen Marsh not here tonight. He'll be watching this broadcast as part of everyone else at home, and we'll look forward to talking with Dylan Johnson very shortly about the prospects of Well Written.
Yes, good evening to you, Stephen, if you are watching. Hope your nerves are okay back at home. We'll get to the barrier draw very, very shortly, but let's get to Emily Murphy and Andrew Gourdie, who earlier on tonight explained how everything's going to work.
Thanks, Guy. Hard to believe that we're back for year 2 already. It seems like only yesterday we were here for year 1. Great to have the second NZB Kiwi off the ground. $4 million up for grabs and a very short price favourite. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So much excitement, so much anticipation. Great to be here as well at the home of New Zealand bloodstock, because this is where the journey begins, isn't it, for so many of the runners in the NZB Kiwi. But certainly lots to look forward to tonight. and I'm sure there's one horse in particular that everyone wants to know where she's going to be jumping from on Saturday, that's for sure.
Tonight's really about the glitz and the glam, where we reveal the barrier draws, a wonderful function here at Karaka, as you mentioned. Talk to me about the mechanics of this, because last year we had Kiwi eggs.
Yes.
This year what have we got? What's going on?
We decided to ditch the eggs this year. We had a lot of fun with that last year, but this year we're doing something a little different. So as you can see behind us here, we've got 14 cords. So our slot holder representatives are going to come up. They're going to choose one of these cords to pull, and down will fall a banner which will reveal their barrier for tonight's draw, obviously, and for Saturday. But these are all in a completely random order. I don't know what order they're in. You don't know what order they're in. Nobody does. So we're looking forward to seeing how that all unfolds.
And we've been told there's quite a precise technique to pulling it down correctly. Was it one continuous pull?
So I'm told, yes. You've got to have a firm, long, continuous pull and then step back, because we don't want anyone getting hit on the head by one of these barriers or one of these banners, I should say, as I've been advised this evening. So I want everyone to know that that's the case tonight. There we go.
Things are certainly heating up here, people arriving, getting ready to enjoy this evening's functions. We're going to be hosting the event, big responsibility. I'm really looking forward to it.
Huge responsibility. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is such an exciting concept. We had such a fantastic year one for the NZB Kiwis, bigger and better in 2026, so we can't wait.
We can't wait. Let's bring it on.
Well, some of the techniques of the cracking of the eggs left a little bit to be desired, so let's hope the pulling of the banners is maybe a little bit more up to scratch. Anyway, I think we can get you back inside the auditorium live, where Aidan is standing by with the racing manager at Marsh Racing, Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, we'll find out Dylan's strategy for just pulling that banner down as well. Have you got a plan, Dylan?
I don't think there's any strategy to that, Aidan. Look, we'll go out there and... as a wise man once said to me, you can't do anything about barrier draws, you just got to deal with them. So, hey, look, we'd obviously like everyone love a nice soft gate, but yeah, what will be. But there's certainly there's no strategy to it. I'll be a little bit nervous going up to do it, but fingers crossed.
What would you really want, and what would you not like tonight?
Well, we'd love that sort of 3 to 6 would be ideal. She's jumped from 3 in her last two in her last sort of 2 big wins, and that gives her the right opportunities. But she's very versatile. She's got great gate speed and puts herself in the race. So okay, if she was to draw wide, the benefit of that is you stay out of trouble. The lower you draw, often you can find those traffic problems. So if we draw wide, we'll have a team talk. But at least she jumps and puts herself somewhere there, and if we can just get her right into the right space and give her clear air with just 300 to go, then it'll be up to her.
Stephen Marsh wasn't here for Karaka Millions draw either, and he said, "Draw me this one." You drew the exact marble. What were the instructions for tonight?
Yeah, he's very good like that, Stephen, heaping things onto me. But no, the instructions are the same. So look, if we could run up there and pick 3 or 4, we'd be thrilled. But hey, we're just happy to be in the race and have a filly of her class and quality to compete in it, and where we draws, that'll be what it'll be. But first and foremost, we're just proud and thrilled to have the filly in it.
So exciting. Thanks for joining us, and best of luck for the draw too.
Appreciate it. Cheers, Aidan.
Yeah, Dylan Johnson joining us ahead of the barrier draw. Stephen Marsh not here, but I'm sure he's watching at home, Guy.
Yeah, he will be. He'll be on the couch, probably making a bit of an indent in it as we speak, I dare say. I don't think they have too much to worry about. Let's take a look at the field, perhaps, just before we get to the barrier draw. We'll take you back inside the auditorium shortly for that key barrier draw, but we can take a look at all the runners for the race. Obviously, 14 of them, Bruce, and you mentioned a few names. You mentioned earlier that perhaps it's the rivals of Well Written who a bigger factor in terms of the barrier draw. Which of those horses stand out to you the most, and what are you particularly looking at for
Well, there's
tonight?
a number. Azakura, the Australian visitor in the Aussie Kerr slot, a go-forward horse, very creditable second in the CS Hay. Probably, though, needs a soft draw to run a solid 1500. He Who Dares likes to get on speed, so a soft draw helps him. Then the speed is dictated by, say, a horse like War Princess. Coming back to 1500 metres does help her, so very interesting how this maps out.
Okay, let's get you inside the auditorium for the 2026 NZB Kiwi draw.
The 2,000 guineas down in Christchurch in November. I believe tonight they'll be represented by Mike Thompson from Ballymore Stables. Have I got that right? Come on forward. Good stuff. Great to have you here, Mike. Have a look around. You've got your choice of all 14. I don't know what order they're in. No one knows what order they're in. Not even John over here knows what order they're in.
Okay.
Barrier number 10 for Romanoff and the Canterbury Jockey Club. Come on forward.
Well done. That was good. Very good. Romanov, we know what he's capable of because we've seen him perform so well. Group 1 winner, of course. Tell us how he is building in preparation for the NZB Kiwi.
He's really well. We've freshened him up since the Karaka Millions. He's been up a long time. It's been a long season, but we go into Saturday hopeful, and we sort of finish his season on Saturday as a Group 1 winner, so we can't ask for more than that.
What were the instructions when you came here tonight, pulling this barrier draw? What were you after?
An inside draw if possible, but 10 is what we're going to work with. He's got plenty of weight to carry, bless him. He's got the 10 draw, so he's up against it, but we'll give it our best shot, yeah.
Got a couple of runners in the race, of course. It must be pretty exciting.
Very exciting, very, very proud. Obviously, we weren't involved last year, but very proud to have 2 runners representing two good groups, and that process has been really exciting, and hopefully we can give them something to shout about on Saturday. Yeah.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thanks, Mike. Good stuff. All right, barrier number 10 for the Canterbury Jockey Club and Romanov. Who's next for us, John? Slot holder number 1, Waikato Stud, represented by Convinced. And it'll be Frankie Castles, with the support of her dad, Butch, coming forward to pull the barrier for Convinced. This is a true product of Waikato Stud, owned and bred by Gary Chittick. Take your pick, Frankie. You've got 13 to choose from. There we go. She's found one. It'll be barrier number 8 for Convinced and Waikato Stud. Come up onto the stage here, Frankie.
Well done, Frankie. You did a great job there. What are the nerves like? Were you pretty nervous coming up here to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think Waikato Stud will be pretty chuffed with that result?
Hopefully.
What about Dad? Did Dad give you any instructions for today?
No, just get a low number. But.
Get a low number. I think you've done a good job. Proud. Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
All right, and just for those of you who are following along, both here at New Zealand Bloodstock this evening and at home, if you're trying to figure out who's where, take a look up to the back of the room and you'll see we'll be populating barriers 1 through 14. And as you can see, they're highlighted. Convinced will fill barrier number 8 for Waikato Stud. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 4, Barneswood Farm, Darren Brady and Daniel Narkley, represented by Lollapalooza. Of course, had a very impressive spring campaign, won the Gold Trail and second in the Sunline Vase, the 1,000 Guineas and the 8 Carat Classic. And it's Darren Brady doing the honours for the team today. Okay, he's going to go alongside Waikato Stud. Good luck, Darren. Barrier number 12. Barrier number 12 for the team.
Well, what do we make of that?
I did one better than Daniel Narkley last year, so I'm very happy with that. It is what it is, indeed.
Tell us about the build-up. What's it been like?
Look, I've got to take my hat off to the stable. They've kept us very well informed. We got a report as late as this morning. Michael McNabb went and sat on her. Was really chuffed as to how she came through the gallop, and Richie's done a great job with her. So we're certainly in with a chance. We're looking forward to it.
I guess there's the element with social racing that there's a lot of people involved and a lot of excitement. That must really add to it.
Oh yes, absolutely. So I think you just have to look at the people here today, all walks of life. It brings so many great people together, and I think that's part of what makes this race really great.
What does Saturday look like for you? How are you going to get around the NZB Kiwi this year?
I suppose a bit like last year. It was. I'm doing this solo tonight, so or on Saturday. My wife is still in Fiji, so that seems to have been a good thing over time with that. But I'm not sure now with the 13, 12. So we'll see how we go. But look, yeah, just looking forward to spending some great time with our partners, Chris and Sarah and Gur. Obviously won't be with us, I don't think, but Daniel and Sabella will be great.
Good luck. Enjoy the day.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It was 13 for Daniel last year, 12 for Darren. I think it might be Sarah's turn next year, perhaps. And it's going to be easy for you, Sarah, to be honest. As long as you don't get 14, you're absolutely winning the race there. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 7, the TAB, represented by Well Written. And there is not a lot more that can be said about this fantastic filly. She has been sensational right throughout the spring and summer. Winner of 5 from 5. Represented tonight by, I think, Stephen Marsh's lucky charm. Dylan Johnson is going to select the barrier for the TAB.
Oh.
The luck continues. Barrier number 2 for Well Written.
I think after seeing that, maybe there's a sigh of relief. Do you reckon?
Yeah, slight sigh of relief. You're always under a little bit of pressure with these things. I tell you, if I'd drawn 14, I wasn't quite sure what to say. But, no, look, hey, as I just said to Aidan, we're thrilled to be in the race and have a runner of her quality in it. So, despite where we drew and where we were going to jump from, we're just happy to be there.
You've been under the microscope with a horse of her calibre. What's that been like for yourself, Stephen, in the stable?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been different, but we sort of made the decision a little while ago to walk towards it and enjoy it. And hey, look, she's done an amazing job so far already for us, and she doesn't have to prove any more to us. We know there's a lot of expectation around her, but look, as a stable and myself and Stephen, we've tried to enjoy that and embrace it and allow as much access to her as we can. And it's been great. A lot of people have got riding behind her, and every sport needs their champions, so to speak, to follow, and people tend to gravitate to her, and hopefully she can do us all proud again on Saturday.
I was at Ellerslie on Monday when she had her final exhibition gallop. She looked in pretty good shape, and Matt Cartwright was pretty chuffed with where she was at. Yeah,
thrilled with the way she was on Monday. Looks very similar to the preparation to what we had leading into the NZB Karaka race here just over a month ago. The gallop was beautiful. Very happy with her, very happy with the way she's pulled up. We won't need to do a lot with her. She'll have a slight bit of work on Thursday up the straight, but no, it's just keeping her happy and healthy, and all roads lead to Saturday.
I'm sure it'll be an easy drive home with barrier 2. Well done.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Thank you.
Good stuff. Well done, Dylan. I think you'll be on barrier draw duties for some time to come the way you're going. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 13, Waikato Thoroughbred Racing, represented by my favourite name in the race, actually, Le Galinois. Probably going to be a nightmare for George Simon, I would say, come Saturday, but represented by Butch Castles from WTR. Decisive move towards the third cord. And it'll be lucky barrier number 7 for Le Galinois and WTR.
Well done, Butch. Barrier number 7. First of all, let's talk about Frankie, because she did a great job just then, didn't she?
Yeah, Mark and Pip will be happy. They're having a wee break, and Frankie was nervous as all thing, but there's a lot worse than number 8, and we're drawn next to her, so they can be friends.
Exactly right. Talk to me about Team Wexford, this horse, and what the build-up's been like.
Yeah, look, it came together late. I thought the run in the Uncle Remus was outstanding, and probably 30 seconds after they'd gone over the line, I got hold of Lance and tried to take an option. That didn't quite work out. We went through a process. We were very lucky that we were able to secure the horse. I think they've done a super job with him targeting the race. He's on the way through. If you look at his runs in Stakes Company, they've been very good. The feedback we've had since and the updates and everything have been outstanding. He's a gorgeous example of a thoroughbred. I actually said to Lance when I went and did some social media over there, I said, your Hong Kong owners would like this one, wouldn't they? He said, yeah, I'm not allowed to sell them. But he is a beautiful thoroughbred, and if he runs up to his looks, he'll be right in it.
What does Team Castles do on Saturday? Obviously, some split interest. How does it unfold?
Tess is in Hawke's Bay for a wedding. I'll be at Ellerslie looking forward to what is a tremendous day's racing. I mean, this obviously the signature event, but the rest of the card is simply outstanding. To have so much Australian interest is something that we've been striving for a long, long time, and to have Australian horses and jockeys just puts this day on a pedestal, really, and creates that interest. So really looking forward to the day. It's a day that has quickly become a must attend.
It sure has. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Before I go, though, today's a pretty special day for someone that was instrumental in pulling this race together.
Yes.
and they sang happy birthday for him on Sean Johnson's league show last night. So
it's a big birthday.
It's a 50.
Yeah,
it's sort of.
I did
it's
get wind of this.
Right there. So
are we going to?
So we're going to do a happy birthday for Cameron, and he's going to hate every moment of this.
We will enjoy it.
And this is what I call getting square. So. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cameron. Happy birthday to you. And that's what mates are for.
Oh. I feel like there's going to be some payback for this. That's not going to be forgotten.
No, and I'm probably going to hear about it later as well for not putting a stop to it. But that's okay. I would never do that to you, Butch, and I would absolutely do that to you, Cam. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 9, Cambridge Stud, represented by Zevas, a homebred by Bivouac out of the Zabeel mare Zonza. And Cambridge Stud are represented by Scott Calder here tonight on behalf of Sir Brendan and Joe Lady Lindsay. Oh, another go. Barrier number 1 for Zevu and Cambridge Stud. Well done, Scott.
Barrier number 1, Scott, should result in a nice run in transit. Maps well. Talk me through expectations coming here today. Was that where you wanted to be?
Robert asked for 2 to 5, so not quite there, but yeah, hopefully he can have an economical passage. He didn't quite get that last start, so yeah, with a bit of luck and running, hopefully he'll be thereabouts.
He's a lovely horse. Obviously won the 2 in a row before meeting Stakes Company last time, and as you mentioned, the black mark was on, wasn't it? With the black book, sorry, was on with the way that he ran. Yeah,
he's been really well brought through by Robert and Roger, and won 2 starts ago at Waverley. That kind of brought him into calculations, and the Uncle Remus, there's obviously a lot of horses reopposing in this race, and I think when you take into account how wide he was and he made a long sustained run, he stuck to his guns, and we're just hoping, yeah, I guess now he's on the inside, he can save a bit of ground and perhaps just have a bit more left for the finish.
So Brendan and Lady Joan, no doubt really excited to be part of the race once again, and they've enjoyed a lot of luck at Ellerslie in recent times, and no doubt they'll be hoping that can continue. Yeah, we're fortunate to have a lot of really good days there, and they're certainly looking forward to being there on Saturday, and I think from the farm's point of view, having a homebred in the race is quite special, and Zonza's been an absolute gem for Brendan and Joe. So yeah, for all the staff, a lot of people have their hands on that horse through, and it's nice to see him on the big stage. So you know, we've got to be realistic about his chances, but this is a funny game, and who knows what will happen. So we'll be looking forward to it on Saturday. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. All right, John, who's up next? It is slot holder number 10, Auckland Thoroughbred Racing, represented by Affirmative Action, of course, a fantastic spring performer, second in the 2000 Guineas, and 1 of 2 in the race for Pam Jarrett. Here's Paul Wilcox making a decisive move to the middle, and it'll be barrier number 3 for Affirmative Action, and he's happy about that.
I think there's going to be a lot of people happy about that, from slot holders to also, of course, the connections. Tell us about Affirmative Action and the process in securing him.
Yeah, job done, Mikey. So he asked for that barrier. So look, we approached Pam Gerard and Mikey as soon as Affirmative had proven himself at Ellerslie, and I thought his Guineas run was superb. Both at Rickerton and also at Ellerslie, where he ran out of a bit of luck, got sort of squished out the back. But no, look, he went for his last bit of fast work this morning. Fair to say I was more interested after the line watching Lance and Andrew walk across, and they both turned around and had a good look. So hopefully that's good omen. But we're delighted with both Pam and Mike and how they've got the horse to where he is, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
Saturday obviously is going to come around very quickly, and for you, I suppose it's not just about this race and having a slot and Affirmative Action, it's about the whole race day itself, which has gained so much momentum. You must be so proud of that. Yeah, look, team's done a lot of hard work as with New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing and bringing this whole meeting together, and we're lucky enough at Ellerslie to be the crown holder, and as Butch mentioned, you know, this is turning into a massive day and something we're looking forward to. Yes, this race is extremely important, and not only for breeders and owners, but on a world stage, and the rest of the races make an absolutely outstanding meeting. Nailed the barrier draw. Well done. Yep. Let's look forward to Saturday. Thank you. Exactly right.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. All right, we have 7 down and 7 to go in the barrier draw. And up next, it's slot holder number 2, Kerry Spence Bloodstock and Clockworthy Racing, represented by To Bravery Born. This is one of 4 in the race, trained by the Te Akau team of Mark Walker and Sam Burgesson. And I believe it's going to be Julia Rose who is coming forward to do the honours. No, To Bravery Born will be John Elstob coming forward to do the job on behalf of the team. A pretty consistent runner, this one. Winner of 4 from its 10 starts, Emily.
And a remarkable achievement to get 4 in the race for Sam Burgesson and Mark Walker, as we see. Barrier
number 5 for To Bravery Born.
5. Good draw.
Well done, John.
Well done, John. You pulled a very good barrier there. That gives a lot of options, doesn't it, with To Bravery Born?
Yeah, well, he can go backwards or forwards from there, obviously, so he doesn't have to use much petrol to get to the front. So I think he might be the smoky. Hopefully he is.
Tell us what makes you think that.
Well, he has run a few good races before. He's been right-handed before, so I think it'll be quite exciting on the night. So.
John, you're a passionate racing man. What does the NZB Kiwi and the build-up and the race day itself mean to you? How much do you look forward to it?
The Kiwi's part of the day, isn't it? But isn't it great having Championship Day with so many good horses going around and so many good races and so many Group 1s there as well, and part of the old world pool, which really helps our industry as well, so it's exciting as well. But yeah, it should be a great fun day, and
it sure should.
Good excitement, yeah.
You're a huge part of Team Te Akau and have been for a long time. What are you most looking forward to when it comes to the Tangerine and Saturday?
Well, this horse and He Who Dares, we're in that as well. So, well, we're looking forward to both of them. But I don't know, just going to the races on the day and hanging out with friends, and everybody's hoping for a dream, aren't they, and seeing what we can win, or not. We've had plenty of those as well, but that's all part of the game, isn't it? So
that's what racing's about. Make sure you enjoy it. Well done.
Yep. Happy birthday, Cameron.
All right, who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 8, the King's Men, represented by Belle Chevelle, another for the Walker Burgesson team. This horse has not put a foot wrong during its campaign. 3 wins at Ellerslie, including its last 2 starts in the Cambridge Stud Almanzor Trophy and the Uncle Remus Stakes. Which one are we going to go for? The outside. And it's barrier number 11. Careful, Tony. Come up here, come up and have a word to us. It'll be barrier 11 for Belle Chevelle and the King's Men.
It's quite exciting, isn't it? Barrier 11. Gosh, she's one of the most exciting horses in the race with what she's been doing. And you feel like the best is still yet to come from her.
Well, she's always drawn nearly the outside barrier, so I've done very well tonight. Yes, she's quite interesting, and we've had a wonderful run with her, especially the last 2 races, but we've never had a good draw. So I wasn't really expecting one tonight, though 5 was on my mind, I will say, and not to be, but no, she's really fabulous, and everyone at Te Akau have just been so wonderful with her, and she's quite special.
She sure is very special. I know this weekend's not just about the race, it's about family as well. Tell me about that.
Oh, we've got them all coming from Australia, from this size to that size to that size. So we're going to have a very busy weekend, and it's so exciting for David because he's really looking forward to a full house.
I'm sure he is. We talk about family. It'd be remiss of us not to mention, of course, the pedigree and the wonderful family history with the horses and her, of course, as well.
Yes, well, I know people refer to Mufasa, but she's got so many habits that Murphy does. And when you see him down the paddock, he's exactly the same. He does the same little thingies with his mouth. And she's exactly the same. She's just a doll. So it's really wonderful.
Well, best of luck. Enjoy having family over for the weekend, and fingers crossed she can deliver the result.
Thank you so much.
No
Pleasure.
Wonderful stuff. All right. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 12, and this is Milan Park, one of the newcomers to our race this year, represented by War Princess. This is a filly by US Navy flag out of Royal Appellant. And it will be Ian Middleton, part of the ownership group, who's coming to do the honours on behalf of Milan Park.
Do you want to pull your... You need to
select
tell me
one of
what
the cores
draw
to
you've
pull,
got
Ian.
first.
Which one should I take?
Oh, don't ask.
Don't ask
Don't
her.
know.
You do the honours, Ian. He's going to the outside, and it's barrier number 9 for War Princess, representing the Central Districts this weekend.
Well, what do we make of barrier number 9?
Well, it doesn't matter. She jumps well, so she'll put herself on the pace. We're not worried really what barrier we had.
Must have had a lot of fun with her. Gee, she's honest, and as you said, she puts herself in the race. She'll be in there for a long way.
I'm sure she will, yeah. And actually coming back from her last start over 1,600 metres to 15 will suit her better. She's had a really easy time, a exhibition gallop, been to the beach, been on water treadmill. So did Peter and Trent Didham have got her to a tee, so that's great. But it's I've got to mention Hanui Farms, who have got 4 horses in this race, but they've sold me some great horses over the years. I go back to Mark, and this is one he told me I should buy, so it's wonderful.
It sure is wonderful. Yeah. You mentioned Peter and Trent Didham. Yep. Huge for them to have a horse in a race like this, and for the Central Districts.
Absolutely. Look, they're great people. And Trent spent a lot of time in Australia at O'Shea's and Price's stables, so he's learned a lot. He helps the old man, who was the oldest novice in racing for a while, wasn't he? But anyway, they do a great job. They really care about their horses, and they've got a great record. So we love to support them.
Well, good luck on Saturday, and fingers crossed she can give you another big thrill.
Thanks very much, Emily. Thank you.
Thank you.
I should just say one last thing to Milan Park, because Tony and I have been good friends for years, and when he came to me, we did a deal over the phone in about a minute and a half. So it was good to have him on side, and he does a good job in his breeding as well.
He sure does.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yes, wonderful to have Tony Ryder and Milan Park involved in the race. Of course, they had such a wonderful day last year, didn't they? Of course, bred Damask Rose and Provence as well. A fantastic day out, so not surprised to see Tony and the team involved in the NZB Kiwi this year. Who's next for us, John? It is slot holder number 5, Tiakau Racing, represented by He Who Dares. Of course, the defending champions of the race after winning it last year with Damask Rose. Who's coming up for us? It's going to be Denise Bassett coming forward to do the honours for He Who Dares. Of course, this is a colt by Schnitzel out of Rondinella, purchased by David Ellis from the Haunui Farm draft at Karaka 24. Good luck, Denise. It's barrier number 13 for He Who Dares and Tiakau Racing. I didn't quite catch that. No.
I think the facial expression said it all. Maybe not where you were hoping that you could draw.
Sorry, Reese. Yeah, sorry, Reese. Told you should have come.
If we're looking for a horse that's got close to well written, well, He Who Dares is the horse.
Yeah.
He's got very close.
This could be the day.
What are you most looking forward to about Saturday?
Just the hype of the day, I guess, and going there with good friends and good racing, and not making any money because that hasn't been happening lately.
Fingers crossed that can turn around.
Good weather, just the day, you know. It's always good fun, isn't it? Yeah.
It sure is. Well, enjoy it and best of luck.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Denise. All right, not far away from filling all the slots. Up next, it is slot number 3, Wexford Stables, represented by Panther, one of 2 in the race for the O'Sullivan Scott Barn. Panther will be ridden by Craig Grills, and it is Catherine Watkin, who's part of the ownership group, who's going to come forward and select the barrier for Panther. Going to go for one in the middle. Which one? There you go. It'll be barrier number 4.
Good.
For Panther and Wexford Stables. Well done, Catherine.
I do notice some high-fiving and some big celebrations going on. I think you've nailed the brief. You've got the job done.
Yeah. So here's hoping Panther does it on the day. Yeah.
Panther looks like a horse who's exciting, up and coming. really building towards the NZB Kiwi peaking on the right day?
Look, we love Panther. He's amazing. We've been with Wexford for many years now, and they've looked after our horses really well, but Panther's something special. And so I'm a bit different to everyone else in the room. I'm in horse racing for the bubbles, the hats and the dresses and the fun on the day. And so my husband, who knows everything about the horses, the breeding and everything, show me the dress, show me the hats and show me the bubbles and I'm happy.
You're onto something there.
I am, yeah.
There's a nice story surrounding the ownership group and why you all came together. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, all I know is what was read. My family own 10% of the horse, but I did read the article this week, and what an amazing story. Thanks to Simon Doull for giving up some of his ownership. What a great, and yay, the connection to Molly Bloom can't be better than that.
No, it can't. Well, enjoy the bubbles. I hope you got the hat organised.
Yes,
and
the
spring
hat's
on Saturday.
organised. The dress is ready.
Sounds good. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. We need more Catherines in racing, I think, don't we? We absolutely need more Catherines. Well done to them. All right, 2 to go, John. It is slot holder number 6. And it's the Aussies. Aussie Care, represented by Asakura, trained by Mitch Friedman, will be ridden by Dean Yendall. And they're represented tonight. Aussies reined in a mate here. Mark Baker from Hallmark Stud is going to do the honours for Aussie Care. And that is a visitor's barrier if ever I've seen one. Barrier 14 for Aussie Care and Asakura.
Now, if I understand it correctly, you pulled another Australian barrier draw, and that was for Dream Rocker, and you got one. I think they want their money back for this one.
I don't blame them, Em. Sorry about that, Aussie. Sorry about that, Mitch. But it was a 50-50 call. Who would have thought 5, 6, 7? You had a bit of luck with Dream Rocker, but obviously lightning doesn't strike twice.
Clearly not. Tell us about this horse, because you sold him as a yearling.
Yeah, he was a lovely horse. Mark and John Carter, Jamara Bloodstock bred him, and we prepared him for them. But he was very straightforward, great size and scope, lovely yearling, and sold accordingly to Mitch, who picked him out for 140,000. But he was a lovely colt, and I'm only here by default because there's no owners here yet.
But I know you've done your research. You know where he's staying, and you know when he arrived. Tell us all of those details.
Yeah, no. Talking to Mitch today, he's at Conifay, he's at Pukekohe, and doesn't arrive till Thursday. And Mitch will just give him a quiet canter or a pick on Friday and hope for the best.
Hope for the best from barrier 14.
Yeah, thanks, Em.
Well done.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Now that, by my calculations, leaves only one to go. And John, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. It is going to be the People's Horse for the Warriors, the Blues, Auckland FC, and our golden ticket winners represented by La Dorada. And coming forward to select the only barrier remaining, come on forward, it's Ted McLaughlin, who's among the ownership of La Dorada, and one of our golden ticket winners, Sue Drew. And we're delighted to have you with us here this evening, Sue. A pair of you can do the honours on the lucky last. And there we go. It is barrier number 6 for La Dorada. Come on up here, team. There you go. Don't be shy, Sue. Go on. Ted's done plenty of this before. He knows the score.
Well done. That was pretty easy with only the one left. So first of all, tell us how you got the golden ticket, how it came back, where you selected it, and what that experience was like.
Well, my husband put my name in for it, and I knew nothing about it. So this is a big surprise, and he really wants to be here because he loves horse racing. So this is going to be a great weekend for him too.
I'm sure it is. What have you made of the experience since you have got the golden ticket and it's all unfolded?
We didn't believe it to start with. We thought it was a scam. But, but anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing so far.
What do you know about La Dorada? Have you done your research?
I've done a little bit. I like the name, and I think it's going to do well, isn't it?
Oh, she certainly will. She certainly will.
She was a wonderful 2-year-old, wasn't she? And she looks to be peaking for Saturday.
Yes, she come up really well, Emily. She's won that one down at Trenton, the Group 2, which showed she was back, and good third in the Karaka Million 3-year-old, and she's gone on from there, and we're expecting a very good run from her. on Saturday, and have the sports people involved with her and the people's horse. We hope she'll give them a great run and a lot of fun on the day.
What's it like to have a runner in the NZB Kiwi? Are you having some sleepless nights in the build-up?
No, I was a bit worried last night when Karen Fenton Ellis told me that I had to do the draw again, and I'd drawn barrier 5 the last 2 Cracking Millions, and I said I'm due to draw a bad one, but luckily we were last and number 6 was left, so I can't complain.
No, you can't complain at all. Sue, enjoy the day. Well done for getting the golden ticket, and Ted, best of luck in the ownership.
Thanks very much, Emily.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Sue. All right, thanks very much, Ted. That wraps it up, Emily. Let's take a look at the final field for this weekend's NZB Kiwi.
Yeah, exactly right. You can see, obviously, above you on the windows there, all of those confirmed draws now following on from what we've just seen. And if you go through to the auditorium, you'll be able to see the full field. You'll be able to take pictures with your runners. And I guess there's a few stories out of the race. Well written, of course, drawing incredibly well, and unfortunate for the Australian Raiders to get the outside draw.
Such a blow, isn't it, for the Australians to come over here and draw such a horrible barrier, but that's racing, as they say. All right, that about wraps up proceedings here for tonight's barrier draw for the NZB Kiwi. Thank you so much to all of you for coming here tonight. Thank you again to our slot holders for being part of this race and for making it happen, to New Zealand Bloodstock for hosting us here this evening in their wonderful auditorium. And please, make your way through the Sir Patrick Hogan Auditorium. Take a look around there. You'll have the full field finalised in there. Thank you again for coming tonight. Thank you, Emily, for joining us as well for the barrier draw. And we look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Thanks.
Well, the picture is a lot clearer. The puzzle has more pieces put in place. Bruce Sherwin, who are the winners and losers out of what just unfolded over the last half an hour?
Did she need any more advantages? Honestly, well written. From that gate, I think controls the race. She jumps well, she goes forward, and she pretty much chooses who she hands up to, if she hands up at all. I think War Princess and He Who Dares, given they've drawn wide, both have to do work. So, but does she hand up to them? She gets a soft run, and it's going to make it a lot easier to push out if she's had a good run. Losers, obviously Asakura's got an awful map from the 14. It didn't work out that well for Belcheval at 11. The winners, well written. Lada Rada has a nice spot, probably finds one off cover, 5th, 6th, maybe closer. And I thought Panther also gets a good draw in terms of the race. So that's the way it looks, but well written, can just about set it up from that gate.
Yep, as you say, shouldn't need any more advantage, and Dylan Johnson pulled the right banner to get barrier 2. They'll be chuffed back in Cambridge with that. I think we are going to get you off to a quick break here at the NZB Kiwi barrier draw. We'll come back on the other side and get more reaction from what has just unfolded.
And I'm Ian Smith, the Kiwi voice of sport.
I think there must be some sort of mistake, Smithy. We are the Kiwi voice of sport.
Do you want to take a swing at the champ?
Tynoon, boys. You're all on my time now.
Shouldn't you be on here?
Hold your horses. You can't talk sport without racing. Let's settle this. Listen to Sport Nation, the Kiwi voice of sport.
Trackside works within the guidelines of the Broadcasting Standards Authority. If you think we may have breached those standards, please contact us to lodge an official complaint within 20 working days of the broadcast. You can also contact the BSA on 0800 366 996 or visit their website at bsa.govt.nz for more information.
The best horse I have ever ridden, but well written. She burst away. She has absolutely bolted in. This end is an absolute weapon. What a ride. What a win!
I'm Matt Cartwright, and I'm the lucky jockey who gets to ride Well Written.
Wow, I nearly fell off the back of her.
Well Written has definitely changed my life. It's a one-in-a-lifetime horse. I've got a real special soft spot for her.
But shut the gate, we can see something special today.
She does a lot of things most horses can't do. She can sustain a gallop. She's got a very big stride and a good turn of foot. She's a perfect racehorse.
Group 1 today, they're off and racing, and it was...
In the 1,000 Guineas, there was a bit of pressure around. There was a lot of boom about her.
Well Written's now presented for its run. She's been popped the question by Matt Cartwright.
She was a little bit naughty on the day, so I was a little bit worried at times.
But it's Well Written, a flawless story. Well Written, the jewel in the Guineas crown. What a filly she is.
Very relieved going over the line. She won very easily.
Well Written, she's just the perfect racehorse.
In the Karaka Millions, it was her best win to date.
Here comes Well Written out after him now.
It was a very big day, big atmosphere, and something probably new for her.
And she's done what everyone had anticipated.
She showed everyone how good she is. I'm obviously very excited going towards the Kiwi. It's the main race we've aimed for. It's all fallen into place.
Well, Matt Cartwright, he might have the most sought-after job in New Zealand racing, I think, riding Well Written, who, as we mentioned before the break, gets barrier 2. Bruce, she was $1.20 before the barrier draw. What does that do to the market? Can she possibly get any shorter?
Yeah, I think the story of the evening was it wasn't going to change much in terms of her price, where she drew inside or outside. $1.20, she holds 83% of 100% market, so there's not much they could do in terms of pricing her. It's what happens in behind, and we have seen some movement in that space. A horse like Panther's moved from 34s into 23s. He's worth a play. I thought there was too much of a discrepancy between him and Belchevel. With clear running, he may have beaten Belchevel last time, so he was in overs in the race. Belchevel still holds second favouritism. They'll be looking for some cover off a tricky barrier. The speed looks quicker than average. I think Well Written will dictate that speed. We'll have to work War Princess and He Who Dares from wider gates to get over. So I'm looking at a race where there's a bit of tempo early, and that sets up for a good finish.
OK, well, let's get you back inside with Aidan Rodley.
Yeah, we've grabbed Andrew Scott, obviously Wexford with a couple of hands in this, and to be coming out with barriers 4 and 7 for Panther and Lakewood and Noir, you must be delighted with that, Scotty.
Oh, look, we're well pleased. Look, it just makes it easier for the horses in the run, doesn't it? You know, the 4 of Panther, it just aids them to just settle away, and obviously gives them every chance to run it out strong. And Noir will look from that 7, he's just going to pop away, and, you know, he's going to get a fair few behind him, and it's just going to keep the leaders within sights, and it's just going to aid them to give them every chance to run it out strong and give them their best chance, and that's all we can ever ask. And look, you know, it's fantastic. Great for Catherine Wakeland. She was incredibly nervous, sitting and waiting, and you know, she drew a 4 for her. We were so pleased for her, and you know, and Noir will look, you know, Butch, you know, certainly done his magic there. So no, Team Wex is very happy, and we're looking forward to the weekend.
Bruce Sherwin, as part of our coverage, is saying there's better than average speed in this race. I guess now you go home, you'll map the race and work it out. But what's the gut feel? Where do your two land?
Oh, look, we won't be in a hurry with either. They're both, you know, breathers and rhythm, and giving them every chance to run out the 15 strong. So, you know, I wouldn't imagine ours will be in the first 2 or 3. But, you know, like I say, if they can run a good gallop, they'll be hitting the line hard. And, you know, look, we're really happy with those draws. I think the team will be at home will be so pleased. So, no, look, let's bring on the weekend, and it's going to be a massive day of racing.
Just talk to us about how they're prepared. Are you happy with the way they've trained leading into this?
Oh, look, this time last year we had 4 in it, and Lance and myself and the team had a debrief afterwards, and we thought they might have peaked to 10 days too early, and we've purposely sort of held these 2 horses back to have them peaking for this day, and they'll be at their best. Both horses worked equally as good as each other. Beautiful piece of work, nice and in hand this morning, nice and steady. So no, they look a picture, they're healthy, they're fit. We couldn't be pleased with the pair of them, so they'll both make their presence felt.
You just did a bit of charity work for the Well Written team, taking a bit of a snapshot there. There'll be no charity on Saturday, I'm thinking.
Absolutely not. But look, we wish everyone all the very best. We know how hard it is to just get horses here to this day, and and we're all looking forward to it so much. But no, there won't be an inch given on the weekend.
Best of luck to you and your connection, Scotty.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Scott there out of Team Wexford, and yes indeed they have had a pretty good day when it comes to the barrier draws there for the NZB Kiwi. I think we can take a look at the market now for the race, Bruce, and well written, as we say, still remains at that $1.20 quote, but as we look through the rest of the field, what stands out for you?
Yeah, well, obviously we've spoken about Panther. It's moving in significantly off that 34 quote, now at 23. Let's see other movers. Affirmative Action, another horse that ends in a nice position, probably outside of race favourite, well written from a soft draw, 34s to 23s. Ladarada's in 18 to 14. The loser, Azakura's gone the other way, 14s to 18s. Belcheval holding that second line, but well written, the $1.20 favourite.
Yep, she dominates the race all right, and we saw her on Monday morning with a little bit of track work at Ellerslie, and all the reports were that she looked absolutely fantastic. Stephen Marsh was delighted with how she went around. So I take it you've seen the vision. What did you make of how she performed?
There's been lovely progression through this preparation for her. She got herself quite worked up before a track gallop leading into a fresh up run. She wasn't at concert pitch that day, and that had a number of likely rivals thinking that she hadn't come back as well when she scrambled home for that first up win. The improvement from the first to the second was impressive, and then we've got this work here where she's just loving it. Look at the ears. That is a happy horse, and putting her track work rival to the sword there in that piece of work, and no sweating, just lovely and relaxed, a real glow about her coat. But hey, she is an animal, not a machine, and $1.20 chance, that means 1 out of 5 she might get beaten.
Yeah, and it is racing, and stranger things have happened. Let's get you back inside. Aidan Rodley standing by with Sean Clotworthy.
Grabbed Sean, who's obviously a slot holder, and you've gone with the Tiako trained to Bravery Born. Can you just talk us through the process of picking that horse out?
Yeah, well, it was a process aid, and we were the last one to secure a horse. So obviously we were looking at other options on the way through, and we were in the running for Azakura, and they decided to go with an Australian sort of slot holder, so that fell over, and then we just talked to Karen actually, and we all sort of came together, and his run in the Uncle Remus I thought was had quite a bit of merit. Ben Thompson got off him and said he was looking for more ground, so we were happy with that, happy with the run, and obviously the horse is a quality horse too. It was just the aspect of whether he could run out that 1,500 metres.
Yeah, what's it like as a trainer having a horse trained by someone else in this race?
A lot easier, way easier. Yeah, I'll go into it quite relaxed this year.
Yeah, one thing you no doubt would have done, you'd have been assessing the form the whole way through on picking Sean.
Yeah, that's right. You're looking at things all the time. Obviously, well written, it looks a certainty, but it's racing. So you're looking at something that's been chasing her, and there's been a couple others, So there's a lot of negotiating, and it just comes down to, I suppose, a little bit of relationships and whether you're in the right place at the right time.
Okay, and just something else, we've heard today that Willie Dewar will be transferred back from Karen Marr to your stable. Can you just talk us through that? That's only hot off the press today, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's just happened today. So I was just talking to Ben from my racehorse Australia after his last run in the Blamey Stakes, and he's just hasn't come up this time, which often 4-year-olds won't come up after their 3-year-old year. So Kieran's done a great job with him over there, and he's would have really matured into a real professional horse, been in that big operation, and they decided to maybe just step back a little bit and bring him back to New Zealand, give him a bit of lush grass and look after him for 3 or 4 months, and then we'll just reassess him after that.
Yeah, let's hopefully there's more highlights like the New Zealand Derby last year for you. Best of luck with the Bravery Born too, Sean.
Yeah, thanks, Aidan. Thank you.
Aidan Rodley there with Sean Clotworthy, who of course has the slot and to Bravery Born in that slot. But Tiako have 4 runners in the race, Bruce. Who of them stands out the most for you? A lot of them have performed very well at this kind of level.
I think three really strong chances to play a part in the top 3 or 4 finish. He Who Dares, what has been underrated is the fact he meets well written 3 kilos better. So 3 kilos, 3 lengths, maybe more at 1,500 metres. So his shares have risen. Ladarada gets a good gate. She's peaking at the right time. And also Belcheval, as we know, she brings that different form line to the race. She hasn't raced well written yet. So be interesting to see how she lines up. On figures, she's got a bit to find, but that different form line brings a new perspective into the race. So she's the interesting runner, just needs an element of luck from a tricky gate.
Yeah, she's a classy filly, all right. OK, we can go back inside. Aidan Rodley standing by with Graham Richardson, who of course trains in partnership with Rogan Norval, and they have Lollapalooza in the race.
Yeah, another classy filly, as you speak about Guy too, and Lollapalooza. First of all, not the ideal barrier draw. What was your reaction, Richie?
Well, look, she's drawn well once in her life and really doesn't surprise us, but sort of we've worked out a plan where we're going to ride her anyway now, isn't it? So we have not many options. They'll probably go 100 mile an hour and knock each other out, hopefully, and we'll come down the outside.
Yep. Does it change your plan? If you're drawn inside, would you have ridden this race differently, perhaps?
Can't tell you. No, you wouldn't get it as handy as you'd like, but as you can. But look, hopefully there's a fair bit of speed and it works out for some of those back runners. But you can't do anything about it. It is what it is, and I'm Rogan and I are just so grateful to have a horse in the race, and the owners. Don't forget the owners. I'm thrilled for them, and they'll be looking forward to Saturday.
That's right, both sets of owners now. You've got the slot holders and your own. How cool is this buzz of being here for the barrier draw tonight, Richard?
It's quite weird, actually, because we're used to seeing horses led around here, and they've done it up a treat. It looks fantastic, you know. So it is a great atmosphere. I'm thrilled to be here, and let's just hopefully she'll do us proud.
And what about you, girl? How was she for the weekend?
Michael McNabb wrote her this morning, and he said she worked as good as you'd want any horse to work. And with that, look, we changed things around a little bit. She just raced a little bit off colour last start. Not that bad, but, you know, she's had a big trip. She's been to Christchurch and all that. She did us proud down there. Come back, and we were going to run on the Uncle Remus. I just said, no, let's just freshen her right up. And we give her 10 days in the paddock, and she's just a different horse. So let's hopefully things aren't going to plan after the draw. But you know, I just hope everything goes well for her.
Yeah, you're there, you're in with the shot, and we wish you all the best with it too.
Yeah, thanks. I just really say well done to the owners to have a horse in the race. It's an absolute honour.
Good on you, Richie.
Thanks.
Graham Richardson there with Aidan Rodley. She's drawn barrier 12, Bruce. She's performed, obviously, in the Guineas. She's performed at Ellerslie as well. Barrier 12, what do you make of that for her?
Yeah, she's raced well at Ellerslie, and she's an off-pace kind of horse. She does have an electric turn of foot. Speed sets up well for some of these back markers. Lollapalooza to Bravery Born. L'Aigle Noir will be a quiet ride early. He was exceptional coming off pace last time, so they're in with a chance to pick up some of the spoils, and the spoils are large. It's 600,000 for second, 450 for third, so there's some pretty major prize money and stakes in behind the winning.
Speaking of that pace and those back markers, there are potentially a few of them in this race. Who else perhaps comes into the reckoning a little bit more with so much pace in the race?
It may help the Asakura formulation of their plan. If it looks like speed, will he get cover, drop back and find some cover somewhere? But, geez, it's a tricky map, isn't it? A horse like Convinced is another horse who can go forward. One on debut when leading. Does it have to light the fuse early? It is going to be intriguing, that first 200 metres. And also, as we see in the past, or more recently at Ellerslie, when the money's up, and there's 4 million big ones up at the weekend, they get serious early as well. So, looking forward to it.
Aidan Rodley is a busy man. We can catch up with him again. He has Mark Chitty from Haunui Farm.
Yeah, not only Haunui Farm, but also Auckland Thoroughbred Racing involved there heavily. But one thing, Mark, this is one of the real stories of this NZB Kiwi. 5 graduates from Haunui Farm in this NZB Kiwi. How proud are you of that?
Oh, it's a wonderful thrill, you know, like it's a totally different concept to all other racing. So someone has to pick your horse, and to have 5 graduates off the farm, War Princess and Lollapalooza, bred by Don and Dame Wendy Pye. We know how much they put into racing. Marie Lester bred Romanoff from the famous Bell family. Ourselves with He Who Dares, is from our foundation family from all the way back to Foxona in 1950s. And then the last one, L'Aigle Noir, the Black Eagle, I race with some very special clients of mine, Anne-Marie Despar and Charles Hall from Christchurch. Anne-Marie sponsored the 2,000 guineas for 10 years through Sorties. So, yeah, really special.
Wow, that's crazy. And like, you're listing off some horses who are bona fide chances here. I know Well Written's in there, but what sort of chance are you giving yourself of, having a Haunoi tag towards this winner?
Oh, look, obviously Well Written's form is unbelievable, but it's a horse race. Anything can happen race day. I'll be cheering hardest for possibly Legal Noir, only because he's by Rib Chesser. Really great backstory to the horse through veterinary involvement with the mare. It's going to be a special day at Ellerslie. Hopefully the weather dawns fine. What do they say? The footy guys get to the fillies part of Ellerslie race day. It's going to be a massive weekend for them.
What's the feeling like on the farm? Are the staff and everyone buying into this?
Oh, 100%. These guys, they're foaling mares at 2 o'clock in the morning during the spring. They're doing the long hours through the yearling sale preps. 4 of the 5 went through the yearling sales. And just getting up, during the winter, it's pouring with rain, it's hailing, all that sort of stuff. You've still got to feed the horses. So it's a real sense of achievement.
Congratulations, Mark, and best of luck for Saturday.
Thanks, Aidan.
Yeah, Mark Chitty joining us here. And guys, that'll wrap us up on the interview front. This has been a real good go here tonight, and obviously we're celebrating what is a massive day on Saturday, Champions Day, with the 3 Group 1s and this NZB Kiwi, which really has captured public and imagination here tonight.
Yeah, if tonight's been a good go, I think it'll be a cracking go on Saturday. Thank you very much, Aidan. You've done great work throughout the evening. Bruce, we about have to wrap it up, but just your final thoughts on what has unfolded.
Yeah, another step in the story that is well written at the weekend with the $4 million Kiwi. 3 Group 1s on the day, another star filly on the rise, Lara Antipova and the Sistema, a stellar renewal of the Bone Crusher Stakes, Legato, so it could be a day for the fillies and mares.
Oh, it'll be a stunning day, all right, on Saturday. We have a few days to count down until then, and plenty of coverage coming up on trackside as well. Of course, the Form team will be here to take you through everything over on Saturday. Perhaps find you a few winners, you would hope, along the way as well, out the gate on Thursday. And then, of course, we are into Saturday as well. We have the mail run on Saturday morning to get you all the key information leading up to that. And then it is of course, race day on Saturday. We also have Stephen Hunt with some key numbers tomorrow night as well. So there is plenty here on trackside between now and Champions Day on Saturday. The countdown is well and truly on. We will see you then. Bring it on.
Yes! New Zealand's richest racers here. Join TAB. Make your first deposit, we'll match it with up to $50 in bonus cash. Put in $50, that's $100 to get your bet on. TAB. R18, bet responsibly.
Hi everyone, welcome to The Box Seat, brought to you by Brecon Farms. As always, a pleasure to have your company. An action-packed show ahead over the next 60 minutes. Here's what you can look forward to. Tonight on The Box Seat, Stephen Reid joins us to break down Jumal's big win and what's next for the rising star. Cherie Tomlinson reviews the performances of Misty Blue and Lavra Rose and looks ahead to her week. And Phil Williamson reflects on his remarkable career as he prepares to hang up the boots. We'll also fire through Quick Hitch with the big questions and strong takes, and wrap it up with a market preview covering Alexandra Park, Westport and Menangle. The Box Seat starts now. And we'll say good day to the team in the studio very shortly. Before we do that, though, let's have a look back at some of those highlights over the last 7 days. There were some fantastic performances.
75 to go. It's Muscle Mountain. History's on repeat here at Addington for the 4th time. Muscle Mountain, the mighty mountain.